Welcome to the FlyGeek Radio podcast. I'm Charles Francis.
This is Matt Adams.
And today we'll be discussing
everything. I'm sticking to it.
Let's get started. FlyGeek Radio.
Yo, today we're going to be looking over Samsung Unpacked. We're looking at Sprint versus T-Mobile. And we're going to be talking about CyanogenMod and Google. Alright, so Samsung Unpacked. The event. New York City.
Hey.
Diving in. Bro, how you watched the thing, you hit me up, you were like, bro, it's happening 11 a.m.
It was ready. Bro, Samsung Unpacked, bro. You want to know how I felt about it?
I really want to know how you felt about it.
Bro, how did you feel about it? You tell me.
First of all,
because you know how you know where I'm going. I should be last because you know I'm a lover of Samsung.
Get off of them, bro.
No. I'm gonna be truthful though. I'm gonna tell you what's popping.
Bro, do they give you phones for free?
I wish.
Because I swear,
Samsung, if you are listening, you can send me a phone.
Send me a phone.
Look,
send me a phone, Samsung.
Send me a phone.
So, it was good. You feel me? Like I was actually, I was excited about not the podcast. I was excited about the event. After watching it, I felt really good. I felt like it was kind of weird the way that their CEO broke up like their phones into two different things, like for the multitasker and for the multimedia guy. Like here we have this for this. Like it was kind of like don't try to put me in a box. Like I'm a multitasker and a multimedia guy. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Where's my phone, man?
Hey, look.
But that thing was awesome, bro. Like looking at that Galaxy 6 Edge Plus and that release. I mean, there's already been like leaks about it, and it was an awesome event, man. I think it was solid. How you feel about that thing, man?
Bro, Samsung Unpacked 2015, Galaxy Unpacked 2015 in New York. Boy, as most Samsung events, I loved it.
Minus the lame jokes though. Like them boys, they need to put like Kevin Hart on.
Hey, Samsung, for real though. Samsung. For real though.
On a serious note.
Listen to Matt. Y'all really need to get Kevin Hart on y'all next event. I'm talking about Note 6.
Put me on staff, Samsung.
You need Kevin Hart.
Because y'all hurting everywhere else. Like, your phones are good, but your jokes are bad.
Nah, but all right. So I am glad it was a little bit more. It was a lot of bit more toned down this time than when they did that like theater play.
Yeah,
foolishness. I don't know what that was, but thank God that they didn't do that again.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sections where I was just like, I know you're reaching for an applause right now.
Yeah, and you're not getting it. Like, yo, what did homie say? He was like,
and it comes with 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah,
dude, y'all awake?
Nah, come on,
y'all awake out there?
Like, who writes for these guys,
dude? It was crazy, man. Like, there was a lot of times where it's like, and now we have fast wireless charging. Crickets. It was crazy. But I mean, I definitely noticed that, and I noticed that way too much. So that was crazy. But I mean, so as far as the event, man, like I love both devices. It's crazy that it's not much of a difference than where we are with the whole 6 Edge currently. The S6 Edge. It's not, too much different. Now the Note line has been brought into that, and that's how it is. It goes from S5 to Note 4 being just like the S5, and now the Note. The Note 4 being like the S5. Now the man. Now the S6 is, the Note 5 is being like the S6 as far as design language is concerned. And I love it. I love the look and feel. I love, actually, this is the funniest part about it. I actually love a lot of the features that I saw today.
Yeah.
I love, here's one thing that I've been kind of going through lately about what I wanted to do with my next device is I was actually thinking of going the S6 route, maybe the S6 Edge route. And that's mainly because I haven't been using my S Pen lately. I recently started messing with something on a tablet where we can do podcasting, audio recording on the tablet, where I see fine details of a pen could be used, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, maybe that might be a great use for it. But I haven't been using a pen lately, so I was like, all right, maybe I should go for the whole S6 look and feel, as opposed to the Note 5, because I really love what they're doing with the S6 design style. I love that they tuned back the TouchWiz a lot more. And yeah, man, I'm just really feeling the sexiness of the S6 right now, and I really am amped to try out that dope camera that they have on there. The best camera in the in the world.
I hear you.
Say that again.
Nah, don't
best
say
camera in the world.
There we go.
So
well, I mean, bro,
I'm definitely feeling that.
I know in earlier years, Samsung, with their S lines, when they announced for example the Note 1, the Note 2, there was, and Pocket Now did a thing on this. They were at the event, they did a quick comparison of the two devices, the Plus and the Note 5. But there was definitely a bigger difference between the Galaxy S, earlier Galaxy S's, and the Note. The difference now is extremely slim. It seems to be more of just the S Pen, that type of thing, rather than it being yo, this device is X and Y inches bigger, and this one is it has more of a massive feel and all this other stuff that the Note line has been kind of known for. It seems those similarities are starting to really come into play as far as the Plus and the Note 5.
Yeah, the lines of divisions are getting a little blurred.
Yeah, they definitely are getting blurred. They basically twins.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to even the screen size being exactly
the exact
the same
screen size.
That's crazy,
dude. Since we're on that, so they've got the exact same RAM. Is that 4GB DDR4 RAM, which, I mean, even DDR4 in and of itself, well, LPDDR4 is pretty awesome. 4 gigs, they said that's the most that they've ever put into any Samsung device, which bravo Samsung.
I believe it.
Good job.
I mean, not the first to use 4 gigs, because I think the OnePlus 2 has 4 gigs, doesn't it?
I believe it has.
Is it 3?
I feel like it's 3.
I thought I watched something that said someone was trying out, they were using the OnePlus 2.
Bro, look that up.
Yeah, let me look that up real quick. But yeah, go ahead with the rest of the features.
Yeah, so same 4 gigs, same 5.7 QHD Super AMOLED screen. They're doing that whole LTE Cat 9 thing. They're trying to be ahead above the rest.
Right. I love
since
that.
There's not a lot of carriers or any carriers in the US right now that's using Cat 9 as of yet. 4K camera, both of them.
Hey now.
VDIS, which is their whole virtual image stabilization on top of their hardware image stabilization, which is supposed to stabilize even more. So if you're out there running basically Usain Bolt should be able to take live streams of his races while holding his phone in his hand.
Yo,
and that thing should be clear.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be super dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice, man. Looking at, it's gonna be good to see. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be as amazing as what they showcased, because the way they showcased it, it was yo, this phone already has image stabilization, and this is with VDIS, and there's absolutely no shaking. And I was
yeah, we gotta see it. We gotta get it in the hand.
We gotta get it in the hand, bro. And to be honest, bro, I think I might just grab that thing, man. ASAP. You know, T-Mobile's doing their whole jump thing.
Yeah.
Since the release, they have a zero payment down, zero down jump plan for the 2 Galaxies. So once it releases, in August, what is that, 12th or something?
Nah, next
21st.
Next
21st
week,
August. Yeah,
man. I'm amped, bro. And just to slide back a little bit, the OnePlus 2, confirmed the 64 gig has 4 gigs of RAM.
Swag.
And the 16 gig has 3 gigs of RAM.
Okay.
So,
all right, OnePlus.
Yeah, so, they're not the first to do it, but hey, it's Samsung. Bro. I mean, you can't really compare OnePlus to...
come on,
you can't compare OnePlus to Samsung. But...
we tried comparing it to Motorola, but...
For real. But
we all know how that went. Yeah. If you don't know how it went, check out episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, just talk a little bit more on, some of the things that they discussed today. I love how they partnered with... a bunch of U.S. banks and financial institutions
for that Samsung Pay. Yeah.
I think that's going to be really dope. What I like about it over Apple Pay is I think Apple Pay is NFC, right?
Yeah, I think that they're the only one currently that is using like a system that doesn't necessarily, and I'm still kind of like iffy about that, bro. Like I tried to do a little bit of research. I don't think I like really got my answer, but I don't know how they're going to actually like execute this without NFC. Like, how are you gonna be able to like use your Samsung Pay like feature on a terminal that doesn't have anything that can take like mobile transactions?
Here's the thing: they have and I don't know too much about the technology at this current point, but they have they actually stated that the retailers have to literally do nothing. It works already. So whatever technology, like for instance, the technology that they had in those the gas station little things on your keychain where you could just tap it and pay. Yeah, and some cards currently have tap and pay. Yeah, you can just tap the thing at the gas station and pay.
Something
right, it's going to be something like that. Like again, I don't know exactly how the technology works, but I do know it's there because I used to use it like at Shell. Okay. And just tap it, and we had a card at that point, and it just came off the card, the gas card, and we'd pay that every month. So, for sure, I know the technology is there, and again, I'm glad that Samsung came out with it, because Samsung leads the way, baby. Samsung leads the way. Yo, I'm definitely feeling the fast. The fast wireless charging.
Yeah, bro.
Dude. 2 hours.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. But bro, you already know, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like you gotta take all that stuff with a grain of salt, man.
Yeah, but they're not Motorola. So.
They definitely shot fire though. Talking about you can charge your phone wirelessly faster with like wireless charging than most phones with smaller batteries wired up.
I like that. I like that.
But that was the only funny line though.
Let's see what it actually does. But I'm super amped about that. As you know, lately I've been doing a lot of wireless charging. Yeah. For a lot of things. So my Note 4, for those of you out there that know, Note 4 doesn't come with wireless charging. But I went on Amazon and grabbed a chip that I can put in the back of the phone. And it turns the device into a wirelessly charging enabled device. So now I can wirelessly charge with my Note 4.
Did you get it already?
Yeah.
So how's it working out?
Oh, great.
Really?
Great. Yeah. I've been using that thing for 2 or 3 months.
Dude,
and
that's
it's been dope. So I'm very amped about that. I like the wireless charging aspect, especially at work. Like when I get home, I don't mind plugging a device in. Yeah. But I like a cable-free environment, and I am gonna start turning it into a cable-free environment when I'm in the house as well. I want to actually in my house I want to actually put maybe like 5 or 6 wireless chargers around the whole house.
That wouldn't be bad. Plus, you know, IKEA and like other places are starting to like incorporate wireless charging into the furniture, which is pretty swag.
It is.
Like I would legit purchase like an IKEA desk. Like I just got an IKEA desk and I'm thinking about returning it to get an IKEA desk with wireless charging. And all I have is the 1+1.
I believe you. Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. It's pretty expensive.
The ones will be up there, especially since it's kind of new. Bro, so how do you feel about that? Like, do you remember the whole live broadcast feature that they have? Yeah. Where you can, like, basically, like, live stream directly to YouTube? Yeah. Like, I got mixed feelings about that thing, man. Because I'm just like, are we a type of... I don't think that it's going to be used as much as they think it is. Like, I don't think we're in a generation that wants to live stream our lives. Like the way they advertised it was like, hey, now when you go to McDonald's and purchase that double cheeseburger, you could live stream to your friends. Let them know what you're eating in real time. Like, nah.
You know what's funny though? I really think it will be. Yeah. And
I think it's before its time, bro.
I read some data today that actually matched up with that. Funny enough, you're familiar with Periscope.
Yeah.
Periscope has 10 million users, and it was just purchased by Twitter.
Really?
10 million people are using Periscope to live stream anything. You know what I mean? So if you think about that, just cut that number in half and say half of those people are going to own an Android device. Yeah. And presumably it will be one of these two Android devices.
Yeah, they'll have a Google account. They'll be able to like automatically upload that thing to YouTube.
You know what I mean? And if they're already using Periscope to do it,
why not use Google?
Why not use something that's built right into the device? And it's YouTube. Yeah. It's not like Samsung Live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people have YouTube accounts already.
Maybe it's just me, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I personally don't use Periscope. I don't plan on using Periscope. Maybe we can find a use for it in FlyGeek Radio's future.
Probably.
But
I can see us using it for that. But for like personal use?
Yeah, never. Like, I don't see myself downloading it.
Check out this Big Mac I just bought, everybody. Real time.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I mean, I barely even take pictures of what I'm doing in my day-to-day. So, it's weird to just bust out a live stream app and just start live streaming. But it's cool, though. It is a cool feature to have. It is, cool to be built in, like a 1 or 2 click situation and you're live streaming.
Sure.
I could see where that could be working out for a few different things. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, like I've been heavy into security cameras, researching security cameras, and a lot of people are actually repurposing old cell phones as security cameras. You can like download apps and actually turn it into a security camera. Like you put it, you put it someplace in your home, and it actually has detection software that when you pass that screen,
specific area,
it can email you just like a security camera could. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So imagine now you set up a 4K capable device with live streaming, and for a company that maybe does photography and filming, hey, I'm going out on a stretch here and saying, hey, I could take my 4K capable device and live stream an event.
Yeah, like a wedding or something.
Like a wedding, an event at a church, a fun, something.
Yeah.
And now this device that I'm using as my everyday device is now actually making me some bread on the side.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I feel like there may be uses, and again, it's a new device. It may be before its time, but I mean, 10 million users on a live
I didn't know that. I know you're like Mr. Statistic. But like,
that's crazy, bro. When I read that today, I was like, that's crazy. 10 million people live streaming.
Yeah,
like
that is
live streaming nothing.
I don't know, man. Like, where are those people at though? Because I don't see them in South Florida. I don't even think half the people I know what Periscope is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but hey, it's there. The numbers.
10 million. Numbers don't lie. As Homegirl said, numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was crazy. Like, when I read that Twitter bought Periscope, and I was just like, yeah, Twitter just added 10 million. Like, that was the headline. Twitter just added 10 million users to its database. I was just like, what? So, I mean, bro, that's crazy.
So, bro, let's get into the meat of the matter.
Well, I want to add something. Well, where are you going with that? Because are you getting off of the Unpacked?
No, I'm getting into like the reason why Unpacked was such an awesome event. Sole reason.
Let me get into a few more features, my friend.
Talk to me, bro.
Just a few more, and then we can get into that. Bro, there's at least 2 or 3 more features that I'm really finding cool about these two devices. And here's the thing. Here's what is weird to me, and I guess we'll be finding this out in the next few days. On Samsung Unpacked's website, live broadcast lists as share real-time video from native app in the S6 Edge Plus. Anybody with access to YouTube can tune in. Why is it only saying the S6 Edge Plus?
Oh, it might not be for the Note.
And see, that's what's weird to me.
Where is that from? Is that from Samsung?
It's on Samsung.com.
Oh, wow.
It's on their website. So that's a little weird to me. I guess, I don't know if they're doing a thing where like one feature they'll talk about the S6, one feature they'll talk about the Note. I mean, it's a few more characters. I don't know why it just doesn't say S6 Edge Plus and Note 5. Yeah. That's a little weird to me. But usually when they market things like that, they're marketing it for a reason. Yeah. It's like, we told you that it was only on this phone. You know what I mean? And it's like, I bought the Note 5 and I don't have this feature.
That would be sad, man. Because to be honest, out of the two, I think I'd grab the Note 5. Yeah. And it's been a while since I've had a Note device in my hand. Yeah. But I'm really contemplating going back, man. Yeah. Hashtag Samsung.
Hashtag Samsung, baby.
Maybe.
All right. And then let me see. I'm definitely feeling these curves of this S6 Plus. S6 Plus.
There you go.
Edge Plus.
Say it slow.
Yeah. So I'm definitely feeling the curves on that bad boy, just like I was feeling it on the previous S6 Edge. But two more features that I'm really feeling about the Note. That I believe is only on the Note because they are advertising it for the Note. One of them I know is definitely for the Note, and that's screen off memo.
Yes,
dude,
that is fly.
That's pretty cool, bro, and it's AMOLED.
Yeah, so that's gonna be extremely valuable. I mean, even with like, I don't know, because when I had my Note, like you were saying, the sole reason why I had the Note like previously, like, because the last Note I had, I think, was the Note 2. I haven't had like the 3 or the 4. Right. But the reason why I had the Note was because of the screen size, like all that like real estate as far as screen is concerned. Mm-hmm. I hardly, like, maybe for the first 2-3 months of me owning it, like I used the S Pen sparingly. And then I just completely stopped. Yeah. Like I wasn't feeling it. But I can see actual application for that screen off thing. Oh yeah. Like that's literally like one gesture, like pull your pen out and just start writing, and that right there, I'm like, Samsung, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Stop giving me features that I don't need and give me features that I feel like I can use on a daily basis.
It's surprising, bro. It's really surprising to actually see like Samsung come out strong. Like I feel like this event yielded the most usable features of any of their events.
Yes, I'll agree with that. Yes, it's weird. Yeah, I feel like these are definitely the most usable features that I've seen in a Note for a while. Yeah. For a good while.
I mean, the devices are always feature packed, but I mean, for everyday use, I mean, again, I guess it also depends on the person. But I mean, I guess we can all agree, that Samsung, and I love them. They're my device of choice for the last 4, 5, 7,
20.
35 years.
70.
You know what I mean? They're my device of choice, baby. So I personally, I rock with them, but I can't admit Samsung can be a little gimmicky, with a lot of their features. But, things like screen off memo, fast wireless charging. Yes. And just one of the other features that I'm just like, okay, this actually might be useful depending on the type of work that you do, is screen capture for the whole screen. And what that means is that if you're viewing a web page that you scroll maybe 3 or 4 times, you can actually screen cap all of it, like the whole page. Yeah. And again, depending on what field you work in, I'm actually a web developer by trade. And for me, if I'm developing an application, I would love, or a website for mobile or an application, I would love to be able to show the client, say, hey, this is how your website looks on mobile. Visit it on my Note 5 or my Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, and screen cap the whole website. Yeah. Say, this is how your homepage looks. This is how your gallery looks, and just email that off right away. No requirements, no computer needed, anything like that. Just right, do it straight from my device. Yeah, man. I love that. I love that feature.
Bro, like everyday features, man. Like Samsung's like revealing that.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Unpacked 2015 has been the most usable features of any Samsung device ever. We're gonna go on the record and say that
because of. You already know what I want. Because of that Snap keyboard cover, bro. Bro, the Snap keyboard, bro. That keyboard cover, legit. All right, listen. All right, so, if you guys don't know, Charles and I are friends, have been friends since we were probably like, how old? Like 6, 7? Man. 7, maybe? I don't know. For forever. 2.5, maybe. But this dude knows, like, for the longest time, you
and your QWERTY keyboards.
I am the biggest advocate for physical QWERTY keyboards done properly. Let me put that in for all you guys. Done properly, because there are QWERTY keyboards that are done disgustingly. Like QWERTY keyboards that I would probably never get. Like the one that was showed today. Yurux, get out of here. I think Samsung did it right, yo. So, I mean, you don't want like an extremely bulky phone with a QWERTY keyboard that slides out. Dude. Like, you don't want that. I'm straying away from like when BlackBerry was like in their prime, before Android, the BlackBerry keyboard was obviously one of the best keyboards ever. I had the Mogul, like I said last podcast. The Mogul was my first device, slide out keyboard. Then was the Pro, the HTC Pro, slide out keyboard. Right, like I'm a physical keyboard guy. I had the Samsung Moment. Slide out keyboard. I am a keyboard dude. Once they went to like on-screen keyboards, I was like, and I still don't feel like. I feel like I'm in like a different realm with on-screen.
Did you write them an email and ask for this? Like, bro, no one wants this.
And they showed this, and I was like, oh my gosh,
we didn't want that,
bro. This is what we've been waiting for.
You're peaking.
This is what we've been waiting for.
Nobody. This is what
Samsung has been like. They were like, "Yo, we got something up our sleeve. Like, we're about to. This is what it is. We're about to lose like all of our customers.
No, we're not.
But we're gonna get them back with this one feature.
You can't even keep a straight face when you say that. Look, everybody in the crowd was like, "Son, we don't want."
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I've been rocking the OnePlus. My wife has the Nexus 6. You feel me? I'm a Motorola guy. I'm a Motorola guy at heart.
Well, that's crazy.
He was an HTC guy, was a Samsung guy, left Samsung to be a OnePlus and a Motorola guy. And now I'm about to go back to Samsung because of the keyboard cover.
Here's why.
That is the best thing. But the thing I'm scared about, though, is the price point of that thing. Because I think they said something like, I looked it up and it was like, they're guessing it's going to be like 60 euros extra. And I'm kind of like, yo, what does that even look like in US dollars? And I don't really want to.
Well, Google has a nice tool that lets you convert euros to USD. If you would like, I will go ahead and Google that for you. 60.
Wow, that's amazing. When did that tool come out? Is it brand new? Was it in the new Google I/O?
So let me explain. It's looking like $66.87 as of currency conversion.
So I don't know if I want to spend $60 on the keyboard.
Here's the thing: it's not worth $20. God. We don't want that. Samsung, how about you?
You're being John right now?
How about you?
You are being the new John right now. Extremely disrespectful, my friend. Samsung. Extremely disrespectful.
How about Samsung? I've been rocking with you for years. You know what I'm saying? I've probably been rocking with you
best thing you've ever done, Samsung.
Longer than you've been rocking with you. Okay? And what I want you to know is that we don't want that keyboard. If you can just give me waterproof Note 5, I'll take that over the keyboard any day, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take waterproof and the keyboard. Forget you.
We don't want the keyboard, okay? Everybody, that's why you got no claps. After that keyboard came out, no one clapped.
I was clapping loud enough for them boys to hear it all the way in New York.
By yourself.
I was clapping.
You were dope.
And I saw it archived. So my claps would have went back into the past. And somebody at Samsung
I'm going to tell you who
we did it right.
I'm going to tell you who clapped for that.
The black lady at Samsung would have been like, we did it right. I heard that clap.
No.
I see your hand. I hear that applause.
It was you and the guy who came up with the idea to get that crap made.
Samsung, you did good. You did good, Samsung. You potentially got a customer back. Potentially.
He's not coming back, Samsung.
Maybe.
Okay?
I'm still going to try
out He's in this OnePlus world.
That OnePlus 2, though.
See? You see?
And that
you made it for no reason.
I'm definitely trying out the Motorola style.
I don't care if he emailed you and asked you about it. You made it for no reason. We don't want that.
So the only reason why, even before the style and the and before the OnePlus, I'd probably get a Samsung device is because of that thing I was talking to you about. T-Mobile's like promotion, 0 down, $25 a month. You get Netflix for a year, $100 and something, $100+ value. You have for Netflix. A year, but that's free Netflix for an existing account for a year.
Dude,
that's $100. You have Netflix. $100+. I think it's like $107.
You can add it. You don't have to be a new user.
No, you can add it to your existing account.
All right, I like that.
Bro, come over to T-Mobile, bro. Leave Verizon.
No, it also works for Verizon. It's the same thing.
What are you talking about? No, this is for T-Mobile specifically. This is not for any other carrier. This isn't a Samsung thing. This is a T-Mobile thing.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure I read it for Verizon.
Get out of here.
I'll find it. Actually, which one are you feeling?
What, out of the two devices?
Yeah.
The Note.
All right, so that's you know why I'm not going to decide yet?
Why?
Because I want to see if I am losing out on some features getting the Note over the S6 Edge Plus. I want to know what those are before I decide. I'm a Note guy. I've been a Note guy since Note was Note. I've had Note 1, 2, 3, 4 currently, and I probably will get 5. But let me find out that there are certain features like the live streaming thing, which I probably won't do much, but I would love to have the feature that I'm missing. And it may sway me, considering I don't use the pen much anyway.
The clicky pen? The clickable pen? Did you hear how...
That clicky pen is actually kind of cool.
Well, getting it out, yeah, but the fact that he like demonstrated it into his mic in the middle of like the event was kind of whack.
You wouldn't know that it was a clicky pen unless he did it.
Who's gonna like... I can see a bunch of Note users just walking around just clicking the heck out of that thing.
Yeah.
Like, Note users are going to be the most annoying people.
And you know what? I'm going to do it.
Like, they don't even use their pen. They just pull it out just to click it. Just to click.
I'm going to do it.
Hey, what features does your S Pen have?
Bro, it's going to be done.
I don't really know, but it feels cool to click. It clicks.
Bro, it clicks.
Yo.
Bro, that action memo, man. That action memo's crazy.
It's alright. It can't go on.
Bro, the action memo was crazy. Oh, and I didn't...
Ready for done it?
I didn't say nothing about the sharing between phone and computer, but now that works for Mac peoples. That's going to be dope. Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. Like I said, I'm going to reserve my judgment. I'm leaning towards the Note 5 because I'm a Note guy. But now that they both the same screen size, I mean... I don't know. I could be both guy. I could be a both guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I love that. The side screen thing. I think it's really cool. So I don't know. Actually, okay, I'm going to change. I'm leaning towards the S6 Edge Plus. I'm going to go on the record and say that I'm leaning towards that. Again, if I see some features that I'm like, but I really want that, and it outweighs the Edge.
But why are you leaning towards the Edge though?
Because again, I don't use the pen. I have to just weigh some of the features that I definitely know. I definitely know that the pen is only on the Note. I don't use that much.
But I use the keyboard. They don't have the keyboard for the Plus, so why would you buy that?
Actually, now I'm leaning even more towards the Plus.
They don't have the keyboard, my friend.
Listen, if the keyboard is not for
you're wasting your money
for the Edge Plus, the S6 Edge Plus, if it's not for that, then I'm definitely grabbing that phone. Because as far as I'm concerned, that trash keyboard should not have been made.
Oh God. And
I hope it does poorly in sales.
Well, John, thank you for your opinion, John.
You're welcome.
John.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
What's next?
On to better matters.
Oh, 16 megapixel camera. I just can't leave this alone, man. I love this. I love Samsung Unpacked. But yeah, we got to
bravo
keep it moving.
Samsung. I give you guys mad props. For giving us things that we want and
thank
use
you for
on
not
a daily
giving us
basis.
a play today. We appreciate it.
All right. So, Sprint versus T-Mobile, man. Sprint PCS versus T-Mobile.
Bro. What's my guy's name,
John Leisure.
Bro, he's my hero, bro.
Versus Marcelo.
It shouldn't even be a versus. It's disrespectful considering this a versus.
All right, so
it's like Drake versus Meek Mill. And let me not say that because I love Meek Mill.
So Drake, I'll let you, boy. Hey, so T-Mobile just hit third biggest wireless provider in America.
That's what I'm talking about.
Knocking Sprint completely off of their high horses. Good job, T-Mobile. I love you.
Good job, T-Mobile.
I love you. I was with you guys. I left. Who did I leave? I left Sprint. I left Sprint for you guys.
Boy, Sprint. Yes.
I went to Sprint when they had the Evo 4G, right? Because I wanted 4G because they were the first company with that. And I was like, yes, Sprint, you're doing it right. I think they were with Clearwater and the 4G was like poop. You couldn't get it for
Sprint,
like,
you tricked us.
For like 2.5 years. Like we couldn't get 4G in Fort Lauderdale.
Because I kept calling them saying like, okay, so when is it going to...
For real.
Oh, don't worry.
It was ridiculous. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Bro. You just keep that little 4G indicator on and...
Bro.
No. All right.
It evaded us, bro.
That 4G option in your settings, just make sure that's checked and you'll get it eventually. No.
Bro, we waited for 4G like we waited for Christ, bro. It's like, oh, it's coming. We just don't know when.
Well, he's coming.
No, and 4G actually came. You know what I'm saying?
Just not
we know that he's coming and we know that it's coming, but
I don't know.
4G eventually came.
I don't know about
but we
about you guys and where our listeners are at, but we're currently in South Florida and Sprint is the worst. The hands down the worst. And here's the thing I wanted to tell you. Ookla, I think we might have spoke about it already.
Man, I'm trying to tell you that.
I feel like it's called Ookla, bro. Like somebody tell us how to pronounce this cuz we really don't know. But
so talk to me.
Ookla did they had like their first ever wireless internet service provider thing, like a event, not event, but like an award thing, whatever. Okay. And they actually gave obviously Verizon number 1.
Hey now.
But they also gave T-Mobile number 2. To an extent, and T-Mobile was, and it depended on like a couple things. I think it was like for city by city, Verizon got number 1, but for like overall fastest data speeds, T-Mobile got number 1.
Okay, I don't know about that, but okay,
bro. T-Mobile's doing the thing, bro. Don't sleep on T-Mobile. Everybody that doesn't believe in my man John. Don't sleep, and this is he's the real John. For all of our followers that know what we're talking about, this is the real John right here. Yeah. This ain't no fake John. He's the real John, and he's doing the thing. So they hit third place, right? And Sprint. I mean, if you guys don't follow John on Twitter, you guys should probably follow John
on Twitter
because he's the funniest guy that I know. He's the funniest CEO. Bro. Not only the fun, he's the that's who Samsung needs at their events, bro. Just bring John over to their events. Bring Mr. Leisure over to the events. That's who you need, because he's gonna bring the funny with him. That life, but he's like the type of person that will just will be extremely interactive. Like you'll see his Twitter feed flood, and he doesn't really care. So here's the thing, right? The CEO of Sprint kind of gave him congratulations on Twitter, and I give him respect for that. And John just went off on him. Like, I don't even see your congratulations. We're the best because you guys suck. Basically, you guys don't listen to your customers. You're the crappiest service provider out here. To the point where the chairman of Sprint stepped into that thing and was kind of talking about SoftBank and their wireless provider in Japan, and how they've got really good coverage and how America's coverage sucks. Literally right after the whole Sprint being Sprint being knocked down from number 3 and T-Mobile being number 1. And John even went off on him saying yo, Japan is about the size of California. I'm giving service to the entire United States of America. Y'all don't even see me. We're running this. And granted, he's talking a lot of trash and he's still number 3. But I give him respect because he's talking a lot of trash, bro. And he's only number 3, but that's not an only. That's a big accomplishment in John and T-Mobile. I love you guys.
Who's number 2?
Number 2 is AT&T, and number 1 is your boy Verizon.
So listen. Let me tell you how I feel about T-Mobile right now, bro.
They're doing the thing. I don't want to hear anything otherwise, bro.
To be quite honest, bro, T-Mobile. right now is in a great position, and I feel like Laguerre, right? John Laguerre. I feel like John Laguerre.
Leisure. That's how you pronounce it.
All right, John.
Get it right,
call
bro.
you John. You know who I'm talking about.
The real John.
CEO.
The real John Leisure
of T-Mobile. I feel like he's the 50 Cent of wireless providers right now.
Go.
He's in the news for a lot of the things that 50 Cent used to be in the news for when it came to no, seriously, like he's like the wireless carrier 50 Cent. You know, I don't hope you get shot 9 times, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you are the wireless carrier 50 Cent, and I'm good with that, because honestly, if I owned a wireless carrier, I'm telling you, I'd be just like you.
We're just gonna call you John Curtis now.
yeah, or 50 Leger, or Laguerre, whatever your name is. You know what I'm saying? So, I like you though, bro. Like, bro, I follow you on Twitter. Like, I just got back on my Twitter game, so all the listeners, go follow me at Mr. DBC. You can head over to FlyGeekRadio.com and click on the host page, and you can follow Matt and I
at Matt Adrums.
Matt Adrums,
like Matt Adams, but with drums at the end.
Yeah,
a bad man thing that. Boom, see it there.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter. But yeah, man, I follow you on Twitter, bro, and I'm really feeling you, bro, as far as the whole, you know, you versus the world,
basically.
You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I rock with Verizon. That's my actual wireless carrier, but I do want to get a backup phone.
He's gonna talk trash about you. No. Oh, you use Verizon? You use Verizon?
I mean, John,
we're pooping on Verizon.
John, be honest with yourself.
The reason why Hangouts has a poop symbol emoticon is because of us. We're pooping on everybody. My name's John Leisure.
I don't know if I would co-sign that.
I approve this
because that could be flipped on you, John. You don't want to co-sign that, pimping, because they have one because of you. If you would have died after that statement, John, that'd
have been
So, John, listen. What I want to say to you is, I'm gonna keep rocking with Verizon, because the speeds are unmatched for my area, at least. If I move to an area where you are outspeeding everybody as far as data is concerned, then sir, you will be my number one wireless carrier. But at this point, I am actually striving to get a second phone and turn it on to T-Mobile. So hey, maybe I might put my Note 4 on T-Mobile when I get one of these one of the two new Samsung devices.
You might as well, and just use that zero down and pay the extra $20-something a month on the plan.
Maybe. I'll see what's up. But come on, John, as far as
come on over, baby.
As far as your situation goes with Sprint, what's the Sprint CEO's name?
Marcelo, I can't really pronounce his last name, man. Like, I have a hard time. It's like Marcelo, and you guys don't butcher me for this, but it's like
Listen, his last name doesn't matter, to be honest.
It's Marcelo Claret. That's what we're gonna call him, Mr. Claret.
Marcy.
I'm
gonna call you Marcy.
Marcy, listen here, Marcy.
This is what I'm gonna say to you, Marcy. As far as I'm concerned, Sprint is trash in my area.
God.
And it,
you guys don't even understand. Like, by trash we mean like less than like 1.5 down, maybe.
Listen, I could walk to Orlando, Florida from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, before a page loads on my Sprint phone.
Real talk. I believe it. It's extremely bad.
So as far as anything goes, I just wouldn't even talk until you step your data game up, Marcy. Don't even respond to John. I mean, I understand you may be fast wherever you live. Just get on a plane, travel the world a little bit.
Bro, what I don't understand is that, like, we live in a highly populated, like, we're like 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes away from Miami.
Right.
Like, we're in a decent area. Like, you guys really need to, like, step y'all game up, man. Come on. Like, for real, Sprint, for real. You guys aren't looking all that great right now.
Yeah.
And what I'm concerned about is the fact that, I mean, if I was a Sprint staff member, what would concern me is the fact that everybody is really switching to, like, T-Mobile beat them out by 2 million subscribers. It ain't like they beat them out by like a couple thousand, or beat them like by the hair on their chinny chin chin. Like, we're talking about 2 million subscribers. I think Sprint had like 56.8 million and T-Mobile had 58.9 million. So a little bit over 2 million subscribers. And T-Mobile's like the fastest growing right now. Sprint is losing like a lot of traction. And for them to get to the point where they can actually get back into the game, it's going to take, I want to say maybe at least 3 years. At least. And that's if they make all the right decisions from here on out. Like no jackups, like, yo, you need to get like fast internet like ASAP. Because that's all like mobile users use. Like that's the main, besides calling and text, the biggest thing that you use your device for, and I want to say even more than calling and text on a daily basis, like hours versus hours, you use that thing for internet. Yeah. Like if your internet's garbage, then your service is garbage.
Yeah, I would comfortably guess that 85% of smartphone users use data more than anything else that they use on their devices. I mean, it's part of the reason you have a smartphone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's one guy at my job that I know that doesn't have a smartphone, and he purposely turned text messages off too, because he's older. You know, he's an old guy.
Well, does he have Sprint? Because that would be the perfect company for him.
Nah, I believe he has AT&T. But yes, that would be the perfect company for him.
Tell him
now
to get
that I
Sprint.
think about it.
Marcy, we might be able to get you put an extra subscriber onto that list.
Yeah, Marcy. I mean, to be honest, this whole T-Mobile versus Sprint thing, I mean, I want to see Sprint do something speed wise that makes me, fall back. But as far as I'm concerned, Sprint, you got a long way to go. I agree with you. You're looking at 3 years, and to be honest, I honestly,
at minimum, and it might be more than that. And 3 years in the tech world is like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Like real life.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, right now I'm looking at Sprint like BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Like you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, yeah.
I'm looking at you like you're dead, man.
Yo, they're the BlackBerry of the wireless industry right now.
Yeah, and that's bad. Because at one point, I think Metro had that position, ain't it?
Metro's coming up though.
Yeah, it wasn't Metro purchased by T-Mobile.
Yeah, Metro is owned by T-Mobile. Boost is owned by Sprint. And they were even beefing. Like Sprint was already beefing with Metro on Twitter, like today, I think.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Everybody beefing.
But Sprint, come on, listen, Marcy, just don't say anything back. I know that it frustrates you when others are winning and you're not. But just don't even respond.
And I'm rooting for them boys. Like to be honest, like I've been like checking out some of this dude. No, but I've been looking at some of his interviews, and like he literally, Marcy. He came into the company in 2014.
Okay,
and he said that he's one of the type of people that, because he was like the CEO and chairman of a company called Brightstar. And he said that he's like one of those people that like really root for the underdog, and being put into a situation in 2014, Sprint was already garbage. So he was already kind of like placed into like a bad company as it is. So I'm really rooting for the dude to like make a change in Sprint. Like I want him to actually like build that thing up. Like I hope like people listen to this stuff and like actually, because right now, and the thing about T-Mobile is that they're listening to their customers. So I hope that customers, you guys, listen to what we're saying if you agree with us, and like let Sprint know, like just up your data. And it might be easier said than done, but that needs to be your primary goal, primary above everything else.
Yeah, don't add to your that's not gonna help. I mean, yeah, you may add coverage and whatnot, but data. And maybe adding coverage does update it. Maybe you need to do that, but just do something. Get this going, because to be honest, because
the real John's throwing that poop emoticon all over the place.
Yeah, man,
tossing it.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't
like a monkey.
I don't care what Sprint does,
tossing poop.
But as far as I see the back and forth on Twitter, man, John has you angry, and it looks like that. That's what it looks like. It looks like you're mad. You're mad that you're losing. You're mad that you can't mess with John and his uncarrier.
And he's just like
he's winning right now, and he's making you mad, and it's funny.
Yeah, he's a troll, bro. Funny. He's one of those people that like hop on like Call of Duty and just troll the person for fun.
Yeah,
like
John, I'm telling you, I'm the black you without the money. Like, and I don't own a wireless carrier.
You're the Black John.
I'm Black John without the money.
I believe it. Carrier. Over here talking trash about that keyboard cover. I believe you're the Black John.
Nah, keyboard cover's trash.
Mr. John.
That's trash.
Get out of here. Anyways.
What we got next?
On to the next. So, CyanogenMod, bro.
There
CyanogenMod. Mr. Kirk McMaster. My man, Mr. Kirk. All right, so as you guys might know, as you know, but as our listeners might possibly know, Kirk McMaster has been shooting shots fired. I don't know if you guys understand that term, but that means he's talking a lot of trash. He's talking a lot of trash. To Google, the conglomerate, the behemoth of just about everything tech.
And look at who he tries to pick a fight with. Isn't that crazy?
Google. Yeah. Google of all things. But here's the thing. So CyanogenMod, right? Basically he's saying like he's going to rip Google away from Android. Which is a bold statement. And then he gets like violent with some of his comments like, yo, he's like shooting Google in the head basically as far as Android is concerned. And people might think like when they hear that Android isn't Android, Google isn't Google Android. But there's a little bit of a fine line between the two. Google did, well technically, if we want to be technical about it, Google purchased Android from some developers that created a mobile system based on Linux. And they believed back in how many ever years, what was that? Maybe 2009, I think, or 2008, 7, I don't know. One of those 3 years. Don't quote me on this. But they believed that they can basically go up against Apple, which they did, and they're succeeding. And Apple, you need to step your game up too. You're basically the Sprint of operating systems, mobile OSs right now.
Who?
Apple.
Apple is the Sprint of mobile operating systems.
Apple is the
Listen,
Sprint of
I don't like
operating
anything named iOS, but
Apple
that's
is
disrespectful.
I'm the new John, bro.
Listen,
am I the new John in this thing, bro?
Windows,
bro.
Actually,
well, okay,
Ubuntu
no,
mobile.
well, but Windows isn't even in like the rankings.
No, yes it is.
No,
yes,
it's not.
Don't be disrespectful.
All right.
So you're putting Windows OS over iOS?
No, Windows
lose.
is not in the ranking.
No,
like they're beneath iOS.
They are in the ranking.
They're not. Here's the thing. All right, so you remember, and I like this conversation. So you remember,
don't be disrespectful.
You remember what I said about Tizen, Samsung's mobile operating system? Yeah. Like I said that, and I still stand by this point. An operating system, a mobile OS, is only as good as its app store.
Yes,
I agree. That is only as good as its app store. Windows Mobile's App Store is trash.
But it's not non-existent.
It's not non-existent,
okay,
but
so
it's still
in
trash.
The running.
Tizen's App Store wasn't non-existent, but it was also trash.
No, Tizen's App Store is non-existent.
They had an App Store.
Name the flagship that has Tizen running.
Nobody.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not in the running.
Well, yes,
but you can name flagships with Windows Mobile. So
here's the thing. Windows Mobile, as far as their applications, in comparison to the three,
right?
Like iPhone, Android, and Windows. Yeah. Windows Mobile, to me, is not even like in the competition.
Don't be disrespectful.
Bro, that's how I feel, bro. That's how I feel.
As long
like,
as
how many people you know that have a Windows Mobile phone?
I know at least 3.
Out of how many people do you know in real life?
I know a lot of people, but regardless, developers still develop for Windows Mobile. Until that stops, new apps are developed on Windows Mobile. Until that stops, you can't count them out.
Let me stop.
You can't
Windows Mobile in its prior state, because Windows is doing a lot with Windows 10 right now that they're incorporating into Windows Mobile.
Especially that.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. Yeah, nah. All right, so where they could be in maybe the next 6 months to a year, like I have a lot of hope for them. Like Underdog Group and like, come on, bro, you got this. Bro. But currently, bro, come on, bro, you gotta be playing me.
All right, that's your opinion,
dude. All right,
they're in the running. There are flagships.
So for all you guys that don't know, I play drums for a lot of congregations. One of the keyboard players, she's like maybe in her late 40s.
Okay.
Had a Windows mobile phone. Previously, she had an iPhone. Right. Got a Windows mobile phone. Thought it was an Android phone for some reason. And was like, this is the worst device. The worst device that I've ever had. I have to download
where's she coming
Angry
from?
Birds. Hold up. I have to download.
Honest.
That's what I'm saying. They're not in the running.
They are in the running.
Now.
Okay.
But not not even now. Maybe in the future, but not currently.
Can I ask you a question?
Talk to me.
If they're not in the running, how does she even own that phone?
Bro, she owned that phone because she made a switch over to Verizon and they gave her that phone for the low.
People are selling that phone.
Bro, come on. People are selling Blackberries.
Listen, no one's selling Tizen devices. No one's selling Ubuntu mobile devices.
Because Tizen devices don't exist.
Yes,
but there are people selling Blackberry devices.
They do exist.
Bro,
they don't exist much in the US, but they do exist. There are people selling that phone.
Bro, let's talk about the United States only.
All right, period.
They don't exist.
Right. And I said from day one or second one that Tizen is not in the running. But you're saying that Windows Mobile is not. You're disrespectful.
Bro, Windows Mobile is the Sprint of this situation right now.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
The only difference
I'm fine with that. You said earlier that iOS was, and that's disrespectful.
Sorry.
That's how we got on this whole thing.
Let me rephrase that.
iOS is
I totally
you're
messed
gonna
that up.
You're gonna make
iOS
people leave our podcast. You're gonna make people leave our podcast. Oh, this is a tech podcast. Oh, this guy says
these
iOS
guys, for real.
is the Sprint.
Forget these guys.
iOS is the bottom of the barrel to you.
Come on.
I don't use iOS, but that's disrespectful.
They're not the bottom of the barrel.
You sound like John.
I take it back. There's a lot of things that I definitely appreciate about Apple, even for what they do for iOS. The best marketers, and you know that. The hottest camera since the Galaxy, until the Galaxy S6 came out, and now they're kind of being dubbed as the best. But the best camera, the best touchscreen, everything for media, and you know I'm a musician, so we were talking about earlier, like media-wise, you guys rock. But for me, and I've had both devices. I've used both devices for a while. But back to the matter at hand, right? So CyanogenMod is there, Mr. McMaster, shooting fire, being extremely disrespectful, talking trash to Google and
Name some
Android.
Of the things he said, bro. What did he say? What did this
basically
guy say?
that CyanogenMod is going to be the thing that rips Google away from Android, and diving into that, Android and Google not being the exact same thing, Android being that platform and Google basically on Android being the services. So Google is the Gmail, is the YouTube, is the Google Plus, is the Play Store of Android. Android minus Google is very, 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 very minuscule.
Crippled.
Yeah, it is extremely, extremely crippled. So to be able to say like, yo, we're going to be able to do this, he has to have like something big like in plan. Granted, if any other operating system would be able to do something like that, because I think that CyanogenMod is an amazing, amazing ROM. Like I've been ROMing with CyanogenMod since they existed. Since before people even knew what CyanogenMod was. Like, I've been throwing that thing on my phones. And they're an amazing ROM. They're, like, the go-to ROM. Like, people that are tech heads but don't necessarily, like, know too much about ROMing. If you say CyanogenMod versus Paranoid Android, they're going to know what you're talking about first.
Paranoid Android.
Paranoid's up there. Don't get me wrong. ROM. They're up there. And they're actually, Paranoid helped develop Oxygen OS. Some of the people from Paranoid. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
Fun fact. I didn't know that.
And, so if anybody could do it, I think Cyanogen can do it. I don't think Paranoid could do it.
Wait, Cyanogen could do what?
Could take away Google. Well,
Stop it.
Bro, come on. If this is... I'm not saying that they can definitely do it. What I'm saying is that if anybody could do it, it would be Cyanogen.
All right, that's cool, but it can't be done. It can't be done.
So
Cyanogen, you're a ROM, and you need to stay in your ROM lane.
Okay.
You can only talk trash to ROM makers. Why don't you bring your garbage to Paranoid Android's team? Tell them that you're gonna rip Paranoid Android away from them. Google can buy you 30 times over, throw you away, and buy you again. Stop talking trash to. You are a bug, and Google's a dinosaur.
For real. And right now Google's like Alphabet.
Google's a mammoth,
owned by Alphabet.
And you're just a fly on its back.
He might have a leg to stand on now that Google is something a little bit separate.
Listen. I don't care what nobody's saying right now.
Yo,
Google will buy you, spit you out, and buy you again.
But don't sleep on Cyanogen though.
I'm sleeping.
Stop. Because
I'm very tired and
here's
I'm
the
sleeping.
thing. How do you feel? All right, about the OnePlus One, once it released, do you think that the OnePlus One would have done so well without CyanogenMod?
I don't think the OnePlus One is worth a conversation, to be honest.
Come on. No, stop, bro. Being a tech person, take it outside your feelings. Get outside your feelings, bro. Being a tech person and seeing how much actual coverage the OnePlus One gets and OnePlus in and of itself gets. Like, do you think that it would still get that much coverage minus CyanogenMod? And I actually want, like, you guys that are listening, let me know how you feel about that as well.
I mean,
like,
to be honest,
do you think that OnePlus would be as big without CyanogenMod on their phone?
I have no idea. To be honest, OnePlus isn't... OnePlus is one of... How can I explain? OnePlus is like Tesla. You see it in the wild. Right? You see... No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I feel like OnePlus is like Tesla.
That's why it's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see,
and I'm like, it might be true.
Okay, that's a cool little vehicle, but you don't go home being like, bro, I want to buy a Tesla.
What?
Bro, stop.
You don't want to buy a Tesla?
No, I don't.
Stop it.
I don't want to buy a Tesla. I don't. When was the last time you talked about Tesla?
Me personally?
Yeah, you personally.
I don't talk about Tesla every day.
Exactly.
But I don't talk about Ford every day.
Anyways,
and I own one. I don't talk about Dodge every day.
Anyways.
Like, I don't talk about Lamborghini every day. Well, you do, but I don't.
Listen, you'll hear more people say I want a Lamborghini than you'll hear say I want a Tesla.
Nah, bro. Nah, I don't agree. I disagree.
That's fine. You can disagree. Bro, that's your personal opinion. Like I said, you'll hear more people talk about Lamborghini than they'll talk about Tesla.
And if you gave them,
and if you, I don't care. If you gave them,
the views are subtracting right now.
I don't care. If you
Tesla
love
lovers, I love you guys.
Whatever.
I'm one of them.
Shout out to the Tesla owners out there.
One time. Thanks for the shout out.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, if I gave you an option of the dopest Lamborghini or the dopest Tesla,
yes,
you're definitely drugs.
You'd go for the Lamborghini.
Me, oh yeah, I want a Tesla.
But as far as a household name, as far as something that people are talking about, as far as like we talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you about to tell me that Tesla is more of a household name than Lamborghini is?
Bro, are you serious right now? Bro, come on, bro.
I wish there was video.
Come on, bro. Come on.
I wish we had video right now.
Like Tesla, all right. Tesla might not be as popular as Lamborghini is.
So
but as far
Lamborghini,
as since Tesla has dropped until now, like I feel like they've gotten a whole lot of popularity as far as media.
I'm not saying that they didn't. They can have all the popularity in the world. OnePlus has popularity, but it's nothing compared to any Galaxy you name.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the question.
Listen.
This is the question. Here's the question.
Go ahead. What's your question?
Do you think that OnePlus would have as much popularity without Cyanogen?
Yes.
You think they would?
Yes.
I don't.
Because if you threw Paranoid, bro, Cyanogen is a ROM.
I disagree.
Dude, people don't go and buy a OnePlus because of Cyanogen. But what you have to
understand is OnePlus is like demographic. Like who OnePlus caters to. OnePlus, like not everybody, not the normal consumer.
People
knows
buy
what
OnePlus because of the price.
Yes.
They don't buy it because of Cyanogen.
But there's a lot. Hold on. There's a lot of phones out there.
Cyanogen's on this phone. I'm gonna buy it.
You're Uggs. You are, bro. Come on. Don't be ugly in this conversation right now,
bro.
Are you for real,
bro? Yes, bro.
This guy.
That's bro, what I'm sticking with, bro.
Stop
I could buy any device in the world that I can actually buy, and I don't have to be invited to buy.
Listen,
and put CyanogenMod on it. No one is gonna go, oh my god, let me get on an invite system and wait for years and then buy a phone because CyanogenMod's on it. No, dummy. Go into the store, buy any phone you want, root it, and then ROM it. Throw CyanogenMod on there. No one is saying, oh, let me buy the CyanogenMod phone.
But see, there's a difference between the CyanogenMod phone and rooting it with CyanogenMod. There are certain things that were built into the OnePlus that CyanogenMod backed.
Can you name one of those gimmicky features, please?
Oh God.
Go ahead.
If you're asking for gimmicky features,
give me the features that you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy the OnePlus over buying a rooted phone.
When CyanogenMod dropped, and if I'm wrong, then you guys let me know. But I'm pretty sure that I'm right. When CyanogenMod, when the OnePlus dropped with CyanogenMod, that's when CyanogenMod started their whole theming thing, like their theme store, which is, by the way, like I use that on my OnePlus like all the time. Like hop in their theme store, download themes straight from that thing.
Are you saying that that's a reason to buy that phone?
Hold on, not a reason, not like the sole reason, but you don't sleep on Cyanogen, bro. You're basically being John from last episode, bro.
No. Listen. But it's all respect to OnePlus and their CyanogenMod, and all respect to them. I'm not saying that they don't have a place.
They're not with them now, though. Like,
either way, OnePlus and the success of OnePlus from anything CyanogenMod related. I'm not saying that you don't have a lane. They have a lane. But what I'm saying is, I personally don't believe that people were like, oh my God, a phone that comes with CyanogenMod. Let me buy it. Because if that phone was the same price as a Note 4, no one would own that phone. Stop it.
Stop
it. Stop it.
I would not say. I wouldn't make a blanket statement like that.
You would. Okay. Here's the statement that I'm going to make. You wouldn't. I wouldn't own
the phone. You're correct about that statement, but nobody would own the phone. I think you're going a little bit overboard.
Listen, I'm sorry.
But anyway,
no. Because I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna comfortably say no one would own that phone. You want to know why? Because if I'm spending $600 or $700, $699, and $699 on another device, let's just go with the latest Samsung when that OnePlus came out, right? You tell me a feature that came on that phone that's worth me waiting, not being able to go in the store and pick it up. Go ahead. Just tell me what feature that I'm going to get right away that I cannot do, that I can go pick up a phone that probably had better specs.
But here's the thing.
That OnePlus.
What you have to understand is that there's definitely extreme Cyanogen, and I believe that there are extreme Cyanogen enthusiasts out there.
I'm sure there
that
is.
Would be willing to purchase a CyanogenMod phone over even rooting a Samsung for the exact same price and putting it on there because they believe in the company.
And dealing with lesser specs and less features.
Even with that.
Because they're enthusiasts.
But granted, you have to understand, like, and they probably, the OnePlus One has like comparable specs though. Like the OnePlus One is not like a crap phone. The reason why it's another one of the reasons
under spec compared to
another phone
with $699. If it were $699.
Not, bro, they came out with flagship specs. Man, bro, let me
not
hold
compared
on.
to the flagship Samsung.
I'm just going to compare it to the S5.
Okay.
The S5. All right, so OnePlus versus the S5, right?
Mm-hmm.
OnePlus 5.5 inch screen, the S5 5.1. Resolution, the exact same 1080 by 1920. Granted, the Samsung has Super AMOLED, so they've got a higher pixel density, which is 432 versus OnePlus's 401. Samsung wins on camera, obviously, like 16 megapixel versus OnePlus's 13 megapixel. Dual LED on the OnePlus, single LED flash on the Samsung. As far as chip specs go, both have the 801 Snapdragon quad-core processor running the Adreno 330. As far as RAM is concerned, OnePlus had the 3 gigs. The Samsung only had 2 gigs at the time. And OnePlus had their built-in 64 storage as well as the lesser storage. Those specs are extremely, extremely similar. And even OnePlus having more RAM than Samsung. Same graphics processor, same Snapdragon processor, same like for you to say, and then the price point is completely like, we're talking about $600, close to $700 versus $349, $350, like with the same specs. Bro, don't sleep.
Are you still saying same?
Don't sleep, bro. There's certain things that they have more of. Yeah, but those are like gimmicks. Come on, bro. Those are gimmicky specs.
I actually, on the S4,
you use it. I believe
use that every night.
I believe you. You use it, so but I don't think I'd use an IR blaster.
You wouldn't.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that use it. But come on.
Bro.
Chipset 801, the same. whatchamacallit, the same Adreno. Those are the three major things that we talk about when we talk about tech hardware specs.
But going back to my question now,
and an extra gig of RAM over the Samsung
after these specs, right?
Yeah.
At $600, would you the same price? You would buy the OnePlus over the S5.
To be honest, and with the rocking Cyanogen, if I was gonna buy an S5 or a phone at that price, I would definitely consider a OnePlus. I would consider it.
But would you buy it?
I don't know.
Because I could consider
regardless of the fact, with these same specs, even at the same price point and running Cyanogen, I am now that we've got the specs like solidified, I am darn sure, pretty dang sure that there are a lot of people out there that would purchase it. A lot.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave it at that.
Listen, you can say what you want to say. All I'm saying is...
We ain't even get a chance to talk. Anyway, Mr. McMaster, you can't take down Google, but I definitely respect your company and I respect your trash talk. Listen, you and John need to hook up and talk to Samsung and give them boys some pointers on how to like be funny and trash talk.
Moral of the story, Mr. Whatever your name is, you need to stay in your lane. You are a ROM. You're only going to be a ROM. And until you get to Google's level, which, sir, you're going to need Jesus and God. You're going to need Jesus, God, and the Holy Ghost. Okay? You're going to need all that, bro, before you can get up to Google level. So just stop talking about you're going to take Android from Google and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Android and CyanogenMod are not on the same level. Period. They're not. And that's...
Well, Android and Google.
That's not... No. Android and CyanogenMod...
Because they're not... They'd be going on top of Android.
No, like CyanogenMod... No, listen. Right, just the name. Just you saying, I'm going to take this from that. You can't even talk about taking Android. Y'all not on this... It's not even the same discussion. You know what I'm saying? Google. That's like me saying I'm going to take Beyonce from Jay-Z. We're not even in the same league. We'll never be in the same room. You get what I'm saying? CyanogenMod.
But Cyanogen's like been on Android for they're in the same. They're on Android.
CyanogenMod being on Android. No, they're not in the same room. CyanogenMod being on Android is like Jay-Z rapping and me rapping. But that doesn't mean we're in the same league.
What?
Cyanogen don't have Google money, my dude.
Yeah, they don't have Google money.
So they're not the same.
But if you're talking about CyanogenMod being on Android, there's a lot of CyanogenMod ROMs on Android. You rock CyanogenMod. What are you saying, son?
You're not getting what I'm saying.
I don't.
What I'm saying is CyanogenMod
is not on the same level as Google.
Okay, listen. CyanogenMod being on Android is one thing. Yes. Right? That's one thing. But as far as I'm gonna take Android away. CyanogenMod isn't Google the
away,
only
that's
thing.
What they said. Google away. They're still
they can't
Android.
Take Google. That's even more drunk.
But bro, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole more topical. That's the topic of the discussion. So Android and Google are not the exact same thing, though.
And my bad.
No, you're good. Remember, Android and Google. Google owns Android, but technically, what he's saying is that the Google services that make Android technically what it is, they want to be able to not have to deal with any of that. So you know how you install CyanogenMod or any ROM for that matter, you've got to install GApps with it?
Right.
Yeah, basically screw GApps. Because that's the Google side of Android. Android is completely open source. Google is its own company. And with Google, like they have certain limitations, certain laws, regulations as far as their app store is concerned, YouTube is concerned, all those Google services, quote unquote.
And he wants to take
Google away from Android. Not Android away from Google, but Google away from Android.
Meaning he wants to do what with Google?
Basically not have to be able to create a device
without
that doesn't
GApps.
Have to use GApps whatsoever.
How does he expect to do that?
So what
by creating his own mail app?
Well,
because everybody using CyanogenMod uses Gmail.
Yeah, and he even acknowledged that. I think I read like an interview, and he's like, "Yo, I definitely understand the fact that there are like everybody that uses Android uses Google services, like just about everybody." Even he uses Google services.
To set the phone up,
his staff uses Google services. But
He knows
what
better.
he's saying is like, yo, he's partnered up with inbox like Gmail, and it's ugly that I've accidentally said Gmail instead of email. That shows you how much Google has like an effect on this world. But
Google is the world.
Google, who runs the world?
Google.
Eric Schmidt. All right, so he partnered up with Boxer. I don't know if you know. Do you know Boxer? Boxer email client, which is a pretty decent email client.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say who.
Okay. What are the? Hey,
who is that?
But partnered up with Boxer to be able to like subsequently give users something else to use over Gmail. And there's people that use Boxer. Like there's people that use different emailing apps than Gmail. Like
very few.
But the thing that I'm concerned about, which goes back to my original statement, for any operating system like developer whatsoever, if you want to make a mobile operating system, make sure, please make sure that your Play Store, your App Store, whatever you're going to call it, is up to par. Because if you do not have an App Store, you do not have a leg to stand on.
You don't have a device.
You don't have anything. Like absolutely nothing. Yeah. Like that's what you have. You're going to be the new BlackBerry. Why did BlackBerry plummet? Honestly, because of their App Store. Like Android, iOS had a whole bunch of apps that you could not get on BlackBerry. Like, and it was difficult for BlackBerry to bounce back into that thing. Yeah. Why isn't Tizen a topic? Because of their App Store. Yeah. Like, you can't survive without. Why is Windows creeping and not?
Stop it. Stop it.
They could come back, bro, because of Windows 10. But the thing about Windows, they have more. They're like a mini Google because they have more things that they deal with.
Well, look, when you turn things into, remember,
and by mini Google, I don't mean like, I mean,
yeah, because it sounds disrespectful to Microsoft.
Yes. Nah, Microsoft is an amazing company.
Because I'm
talking about Windows Mobile as far as phones are concerned.
Windows Mobile.
Please, you guys, because Windows 10 isn't that bad.
Now that actually changes though. You know that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Windows over the next 6 months. OS. Yeah, I know.
There's not a Windows 10
and
mobile.
that's the awesome part about it, because I'm really looking forward to the whole, is it the continuum thing? Like basically being able to like use your smartphone device, cast that thing over to a bigger screen, and be able to basically like run all of Windows 10 through it. Is that what they call continuum?
Yeah, here's the funny thing. You may end up getting a Windows mobile phone.
I probably will. You're right. Hey, so I'm saying
this
them
is
within the 6 months,
documented evidence of what he just said.
Within the next 6 months, they're doing the thing. But them currently and before, they were about to die. And the reason why they can do the thing is because of like, because you know I'm a big not stickler, but I'm a big guy on innovation. Like, give me something that I think is usable in my life. The Ubuntu phone, Ubuntu, however you want you guys pronounce it. I can pronounce it Ubuntu. Dead. They are dead. But I would have purchased that thing for the innovation that Windows Mobile is currently doing. Like they basically, I don't want to say they stole that idea, quote unquote, but it was the exact same thing. Being able to use your cell phone as a full working running operating system. Like keyboard, mouse, being able to like knock that out on a bigger screen. Yeah. And that is amazing to me. And I give you guys props for that.
Yeah, I liked it when I saw you show it to me. Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope.
And it is dope.
I was looking forward to it actually launching, but
they didn't.
It died.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to Windows 10. I have it running right now on a tablet device. I like what I see so far.
Really?
Driver releases are a little trash at the moment. I don't know if it's just the device that I chose from HP, which is an HP Split X2. The specific number I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, driver support for Windows 10 is trash. Well, okay, I don't know about trash, but it's not all there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before Windows 10. I mean, you have a year just to even grab your upgrade and let it still be free, but it's gonna be a while before it's like solid.
Really solid.
You know, like how Windows 7 is right now.
Yeah.
Super solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a while before that's like absolutely super solid, but I can't knock Windows
Mobile.
And I mean, to be honest, to really know if we could knock it at this point, we'd have to use it as a daily driver.
Yeah, but I'd love to use it. Like Windows is doing the thing. They weren't doing the thing. They're currently trying to make a comeback, and I think that they're on the right path for a comeback. To being an actual viable, like, in this thing type of person.
I agree.
But currently, I still stand by the statement. Windows, I'm sorry. I don't care what Charles says. I don't care what... Oh, well, I do care about our listeners. I love you guys. BT dubs. But you're not in the league right now. I'm sorry.
That's very disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Windows, I know where you at, baby. So just keep riding. Keep riding. I know where you're at as an OS. And there are definitely, I acknowledge that there are definitely 3 strong competitors.
If we were to make it out of 3, it's definitely Android, iOS, Windows Mobile.
I mean, you're not as strong as Android and iOS.
Order.
But But yeah, I mean, you're there as a competitor. One feature that I'm really looking forward to is that they're turning the Xbox One into a DVR in November. So you can DVR your shows and watch it on the computer.
Bro, are you gonna like switch over to like full-fledged Xbox One? Like actually play GTA on Xbox One?
I would love to. I'm just gonna put it out there. I hate the chat feature on PlayStation 4. I think it's trash. I would love to give up my PS4, but I have a couple of friends holding me back. They play on PS4.
Bro, I haven't gotten the next gen system, you guys. But if I got Xbox One, would you switch over?
No. Because you can't be trusted. So at this point,
insiders.
At this point, I'm just gonna, I gotta rock with PS4 just because I have too many people that play on PS4. But Sony, if you're listening to me, I absolutely think that your chat feature is trash. Trash enough to actually get rid of it. You're very lucky that I have friends that still play that, and they're holding me back. And when I say holding me back, they're holding me back from PlayStation.
Mr. Sony's from listening to you, like, why do we care about you? We've already got X and X billions.
Yeah, well, listen, Sony, I don't care. I'm gonna let you know.
I am John Leisure, and I don't care.
I'm gonna let you know that your chat is absolute trash. It's garbage. You need to fix it before you can actually be considered a console. And I know you're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're considered a console. A lot of people play us. A lot of people do product demos using us, blah, blah. But listen, I'm telling you, I'm a gamer. I game almost every day. And I'm telling you right now, your chat system, I spend at least 35 minutes trying to get chat to work before I start playing my game. I never had that problem with Microsoft and Xbox. And I absolutely hate PS4. I would love to sell it right now. I actually, you know what? We have a mutual acquaintance that burned your last console.
Yeah.
And I absolutely feel where he's coming from at this point.
Of him burning the console.
Yeah, I absolutely feel where he's coming from. And I feel like burning my PS4 every time I try to start a chat party and it doesn't work. Nat type, well, fix your console. Your console is trash. Period. I don't know how we got on PS4, but your console is trash. That's it. Now, let's get back to Xbox and Microsoft. Windows 10, I think it's definitely bringing back Windows Mobile into a viable option. That same person that tried the Windows Phone may have different thoughts in a year.
Yeah.
After Windows 10 is flourishing a little bit. That DVR function I think is going to be really cool. I don't really watch TV. I let my wife get the TV, so she watches TV, and by the time I get in the room, I pretty much go to sleep. I don't really watch TV. So being able to catch shows that are on TV that I have to wait, till it hits Netflix. I would love to be able to record it. And you can apparently start the recording from any Windows 10 device. I would love to record it and just go in the studio or go in the other room and watch the shows. DVR from the night before or whatever.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Like, that's actually I can see myself even using that as a feature.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. Well, I just want to say a little thing about SwiftKey. I read somewhere that SwiftKey was rated number 1. I might have read it on SwiftKey's
I believe it.
Page. It was rated number 1 as the number 1 keyboard on Android. I don't know if I agree with that.
Really? You know that they're actually working with oh god, what is the man's name? I'm about to edit this because it's a shame that I don't know this dude's name.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I've been using SwiftKey for a very, very long time. And I want to say a year and a half ago, if you would have asked me if they number one, yeah, they're number one. But for the last year and a half, I've been having a terrible experience with SwiftKey.
What's
terrible?
What's up?
I'll type something and it'll be something else. Terrible experience.
Do you know Stephen Hawkins? Stephen Hawkins, the
wheelchair guy?
Yeah, wheelchair guy with the whole voice thing.
Okay.
SwiftKey has got an opportunity to work with Stephen Hawkins on redoing his entire like speech coordination thing. Like they are known outside of the app realm as like the best on word prediction. The best.
Listen, SwiftKey, your app has been trash for the last year.
Bro, come on.
I mean,
bro.
for me.
But what's going on? Like,
I don't know. It's just not working. Like, keys don't register. I just did a fresh wipe on my device a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. So I'm gonna reinstall. After I read that it was number one, I was like, but how? Like, it's been trash for like a year and a half. So what I'll do is I'll reinstall it and I'll update it. Maybe the next podcast or the podcast after that, I'll update you guys on if I still feel like it's trash.
I mean, bro, my SwiftKey experience has been amazing. Like, I can't see myself without it.
Yeah, I've been wanting it back, man.
There was a time when I thought SwiftKey was messed up. But it ended up being my OnePlus. And if you guys heard episode 1, that's exactly what happened beforehand. Like, my OnePlus wasn't registering keyboard, like, well, anything. Like, certain parts of the screen just wasn't registering through the digitizer. And I had to send it back, and it was just a bad experience. And I thought it was SwiftKey, so I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, and I was like, man, why is SwiftKey sucking right now? But then I ended up going back to the Android keyboard and noticing that was sucking as well. So I was like, might be my phone.
I mean, maybe that's what it was, to be honest. I'm willing, because again, I've had years of great experience with SwiftKey. I love SwiftKey Cloud. I love being able to wipe my device and still have all my saved predictions or saved words, that I didn't want it to be auto-corrected in a certain way, saved into the cloud. I love SwiftKey. I did love it for a very long time. I've loved it longer than I've hated it. And lately, I mean, I'm telling you, for a good while, like a year, SwiftKey has been trash for me. But maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just the device that I was using. It was running away and causing. But again, after I changed SwiftKey, everything was accurate. Everything was accurate. I went straight back to Samsung's keyboard, and it was super accurate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was the device. I think SwiftKey was trash on a Note 4. I want to say majority of my Note 4 experience with SwiftKey has been trash. I just want to say that. Since
you got that specific device?
Yeah. Because it's been like a year and a half, and I've had this phone all of that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe it was the Note 4. Again, I just did a fresh wipe.
If you're trying to tell me like Samsung is like
anti-SwiftKey,
then I might not have to. Well, it'll be all right because I'm gonna have that keyboard cover though. Who's gonna use SwiftKey then?
I'm not gonna.
I'm not.
That.
I'm gonna
SwiftKey's trash. I mean, that keyboard's trash.
That keyboard is amazing, guys.
I'd rather use the inaccurate SwiftKey than use that keyboard.
That keyboard is amazing. And
it's trash.
Y'all need to talk to this man and give this man a little bit of keyboard love. Everybody, send to @DBC on Twitter. We love the keyboard cover. And blow up his @DBC4G.
See, if you send it there, you're not gonna get me. My Twitter name is @MrDBC.
Oh well, excuse me, bro.
Don't send that to me.
Don't send it to @DBC. Send it to @MrDBC. We love SwiftKey.
Look,
we love the keyboard cover.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna download SwiftKey right now.
Mr. DBC, we love the keyboard cover and we love SwiftKey.
I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna
download. Go ahead, bro. You guys go ahead and do that. And just blow up his Twitter feed with
holla at me on Twitter.
With all that love.
Hey,
all that LUV.
Holla at me on Twitter though.
Alright.
Hey, y'all hit me on Twitter for real though. Follow me. I'm trying to get my followers up.
Yeah, this guy's got nobody.
I'm really trying to get in my Twitter game because for the longest I haven't messed with Twitter for the longest. So I'm really trying to get on my Twitter game. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, follow your boy on Twitter. It's at Mr. DBC. Man, I'm going through Facebook and this guy is tweeting about this keyboard cover. I mean, posting about Facebook cover. Like, come on. I mean, Samsung.
This guy. Who is it? Me?
Yeah, like,
bro, because it is the most amazing thing they've ever done. Anyways, so since the the keyboards are coming back. All right, here's the thing.
Oh, they so better
Samsung
not.
is all right. 2011, I think it was.
They better not.
When they came out with big phones for the Galaxy, for their first Galaxy line, and that pioneered big phones. Samsung is about to pioneer the keyboard.
Samsung, I hope somebody buys you out and tells you to stop using that keyboard crap.
Hey, so yeah, follow Charles at Mr. DBC. Make sure you follow me at Matt Adrums. That's at MattAdrums. And we will definitely holla back because we love you guys.
I'm downloading SwiftKey right now.
Big time.
I'm gonna see in like 2 podcasts. I'm gonna see how it is. I'm gonna let y'all know how I go.
All right, that sounds good. And we'll let you, bro. And matter of fact, like just keep them updated on Twitter. Say how your SwiftKey experience is.
Good idea.
While you're tweeting with your SwiftKey,
because I got to get up on my tweet game. You know what I'm saying?
Get it up.
But just vibe.
So is that it?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well,
that's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you guys again next week. Same time, same place.
Yo, peace. Love you guys.
Peace. FlyGeek Radio.